Джердъбска теснина or Железни врата Gorge. Different peoples have used different names for the narrowing part of the Danube, where the powerful current is trapped in the embrace of mighty rocks guarding the banks. When the Romans first settled here at the dawn of the New Age, they were stricken by the pristine beauty of this land. The Balkans occupy a land of contrast. Unexpectedly, mountains mellow out into gorges cut through by wild rivers within close proximity to green forests and glades. Lakes are huddled under the giant shades of oaks and hornbeams. We are in East Serbia, near the territory known as Vratninski Kapiji. The landscape beauty is mesmerizing. The preferred routes have turned into mountain paths for modern-day people to spend time in nature. In addition to the fresh air, one can encounter wild animals which civilization has not been able to scare away. This turtle is used to human presence and follows its path without hesitation. The area around the town of Bor, a region famous for its hot springs and copper deposits, is a favorite tourist destination with its diverse nature. Lake Bor is one of the local sites. It is located at the foot of the highest peak of the Cherni Vrh mountain. In the summertime, many of the inhabitants of the town and the area spend their holidays here in search of peace and entertainment. Not too far away from Bor, there is a resort known as Brestovačka Banja. The hot springs are rich in potassium, calcium and phosphorus and attract a large amount of people who are trying to cure bone and joint illnesses or to ease rheumatic pain. Archaeological discoveries point out that this is one of the oldest hot spring sites in these lands, used by the Romans and the Byzantines alike. If you share a taste for majestic views, you can visit the Lazarev Canyon, which is only 20 kilometers from the town of Bor. When approaching the canyon, one is amazed at its characteristic beauty. The peculiar rocks and steep slopes remind of the popular spaghetti westerns from the 1980s. The canyon leads to the opening of a cave of the same name. The mountain is a unique representative of nature on the Balkans. The highest peak of the Bor mountain, Cherni Vrh, attracts tourists in the summer and in the winter as well. Skiers enjoy skiing slopes of 920 meters. The resort features one of the fastest lifts to transport uphill 1,200 people an hour. Modern equipment is used to sustain tracks, which makes the resort a desirable destination for skiers. A weather prediction center is located on top. Chosen road takes us to the middle of the Timok River. The main town in the area is Zaječar. To the north, the slopes of the Diljuvan mountain can be seen. The border with Bulgaria runs over the Balkan mountain to the east and southeast. Skiers are not neglected here either, although winter is relatively mellow and without considerable snowfall. This is why the ski slope is not big and used mostly by beginners. The locals refer to the park around Zaječar as Lepterište, which means a beautiful place. Indeed, the place has a little bit of everything for every taste, from skiing to football and handball. The Suvodol monastery is close to Zaječar. It is fascinating with its peace and quiet and with the pristine nature as well. There is an artificial lake on the territory of the monastery in which trout is bred. The Grliško Lake is also artificially created. It is within very close proximity to Zajča. Ardent fishing lovers use the lake throughout the year. Fish abounds as the lake is supplied with it regularly. The Bogovinska cave is over 6 kilometers long. It was formed in the karst layer of the earth on 3 levels. Unique stalagmites, stalactite and stalactone formations attract visitors. In the central hall, one can discern a figure reminiscent of the Virgin Mary. Perhaps it is no coincidence that the cave is called Bogovinska or related to God. In it, there are many rare representatives of the animal kingdom, such as pseudoscorpions, land crabs, and various endemic animals. We were drawn by the looks of a neatly renovated village house and the arrangement of the space around it. It turns out that there is an ethnographic collection bequeathed by a local painter for tourists to see the lifestyle and culture of the area. The Rutan mountain belongs to the Serbian Carpathian Mountains. The highest peak is called Šilag and is 1,565 meters above sea level. The northern slopes are steep. They can still be seen in the forests. In the vicinity, there is the beautiful Vrumjansko Lake, in which many streams converge. To the south, the Rtan mountain flows into Sokobane, one of the spa centers famous from Roman times. The beauty of nature livens up the senses. Sokobane is visited not only by those who seek healing from the hot springs, but also by many tourists who are enchanted by the wide variety of butterflies flying around. The first place we visit in the Bulgarian northwest region is the Chuprene Reserve. It is located by a village bearing the same name and takes up a territory of 1,439 hectares. Chuprene became part of the international network of bioreserves created for conducting research on the human impact on nature. The goal is to preserve the only compact spruce forests in the West Balkan mountain in their original state. Among the oak trees of the Biała Voda area, we see the waterfall of the Stakevska River. This natural phenomenon draws many tourists. It is as if God poured copious beauty and grandeur over the region of Belogradchik. Huddled high into the mountain, the waterfall is yet another addition to the list of natural phenomena in this area. Robiško Lake is located in a karst area. Geologists claim that the bottom is covered with a special type of clay which serves as a natural membrane for the water to avoid flooding the Magura cave nearby. The cave is a natural phenomenon with its interesting formations and prehistoric findings. The Magura is one of the largest Bulgarian caves, over 30,000 square meters. In its womb, there are naturally formed halls, multiple galleries and incredible figures made of stalactites, stalagmites and stalactones. Natural sculptures reminding of people and animals reach as high as 20 meters. The cave is known for its prehistoric rock drawings dating back from 10,000 years BC to the early Bronze Age. Similar rock art was discovered in 3 other places in the world: France, Spain and Siberia. This is why the Magura Cave has an international status as a cultural site. 5 species of bats and cave invertebrates live in its mysterious aura. There are fossils pointing to the presence of cave bears, hyenas and wild horses. Great white stones with peculiar shapes attract attention in the municipality of Gramada. They are called chuturite by the locals. The legend has it that these are remains of the skulls of the giants who roamed this land in antiquity. The rocks of Beogracic are a unique natural phenomenon. This rock fairy tale spreads over 30 kilometers in the West Balkan mountain from Vedernik Peak to the village of Belotinci. Many legends were created to explain the gigantic sculptures. One of the most beautiful is about the love between a nun called Valentina and Antonio the Roman, who had a child. The monk's curse expelled the mother and the child. Then a miracle took place. A storm came out and everything was petrified. This is how the Madonna and child were formed, also the horse rider, the monks. In another composition there are the bear, the shepherd, the dervish, the student, or the biblical Adam and Eve, the eagle, the mushrooms, Orpheus, and the Thracian goddess Bendida. In this way people link their passions and trepidation with natural phenomena. The rocks of Beogracic are part of the 100 national tourist sites of the Bulgarian Tourist Alliance. Our route took us to a marvelous promenade riverside park in the town of Vidin. People have uninterrupted contact with the great European river. From the bank, one can see the great turn the river makes to flow majestically into its lower current. People here are used to the river. To them, it represents nature, sustenance, transportation. In its turn, the river shows them a glimpse of eternity.